The scientific method is a method of research in which a problem is identified, relevant data is gathered, a hypothesis is formulated from this data, and the hypothesis is empirically tested. In the scientific method, there are 6 steps that you need to follow. The first one is observation. In the observation, you just look what you're going to do, your plan, you see, not so much. The second step is to formulate a question that you want to be answered. So you make a question like, how is this cow going to fly? Is an example. Well, you will try that on your conclusion. You will get that answer. Then hypothesis. Hypothesis is what do you think is going to happen? Just a estimation of what you think is going to happen or what is going to occur. And the hypothesis is going to be tested with an experiment. In the experiment, you do your experiment to see if your hypothesis was good or wrong and to get a good answer. The fifth step is analysis. Is where you see your results and you compare them with your hypothesis and see if you answer your question. On the conclusion, you explain if your hypothesis was good or wrong, if your question was answered or not answered, and what did you learn on this experience. For our first exercise, we're going to see if we put sugar on water, we will go down or we will stay on the top. Okay, so first we need to make an observation. You see that the water is liquid, this is solid. What could it happen? So my question is that one. Is the water going to go to the bottom or to the top? My hypothesis, I think that the sugar will be on the bottom. It will go all to down. Then our experiment. In the experiment, we will need to make one. So on my analysis, as you can see, all of the sugar went to the bottom. So this means that my hypothesis was good and my question is now answered. The sugar will always go to the bottom of the water or any liquid. After this, we need to make a conclusion. So in conclusion, if you ever want to put a solid in a liquid, the answer will be that the solid will go down and stay at the bottom. First, our observation. In here, we see that now there are 2 liquids, so maybe we'll get a different result. my question, my question is the same. Is the water will be at the top and the tajin will go down, or will the water stay here and the tajin go up? My hypothesis. For this one, I think that the tajin is going to stay at the top of the glass because it is a liquid. I don't know why will it go down or mix itself. Then experiment. And the experiment is where we test what will happen. So this was weird. Our analysis will be that it instantly went all to the bottom. So this means, in conclusion, this means that it depends on what liquid you have. It will depend if it mixes itself or if it will go totally down without mixing with the other liquid. So my conclusion will be that my hypothesis was wrong. I thought that the tajin was going to stay at the top, but it stayed at the bottom. And that you should really see what liquid you add before making a hypothesis. Okay, for our final project, we have water and ajonjolí. Let's see if we get a different result. So first our observation. These are like little seeds, solid. This is a liquid. So from that last experiment, we will think that they will go to the bottom. But let's see what happened. The question. The question is, will the ajonjolí be able to stay at the top of the glass? My hypothesis. My hypothesis will be that the ajonjolí will be able to stay at the top of the glass without soaking to the bottom. Experiment. Let's see this. As you can see, the ajonjolí stayed at the top, but because we put them gently, like this, gently. But if we put it fast, look at this. Put it fast, we go down. So for the ajonjolí, because it doesn't weigh so much, we can say that it depends on how gently you put it. If you throw it in, it will probably go down, but for normally it will stay at the top, as we can see here, and it doesn't go down. So after that, we will need to check our conclusion. That will be depending on how fast or hard you put this type of solid. It will depend if it goes down or it stays at the top. But for the ajonjolí, I think mostly it will stay at the top. So this will be a successful hypothesis. So for example, if I want to do anything to get the answer for something that is not as simple as looking at Google or something, scientific method is the right way to do it because it gives you all the steps so that you get to your right answer. Because if you jump all the steps or making an experiment or hypothesis, you will not understand when you get it right. So for example, if you want to see how fast you can run, you can first do observation. Well, normally I run about 10 miles in 5 hours. So you start seeing, well, you will see what is your my question. I want to know how fast will I run 5 miles. So the hypothesis will be that it will be the half of the time because that's normal. So you do your experiment, and if you do your experiment right, you will see that exactly. If you did 10 miles in 2.5 in 5 hours, you will see that now 5 hours you will make them in 2.5 hours. So the analysis will be that it will be the half of the time. And with these 6 steps, you will get the finest results for all your activities.